Oh yeah, I'm making a fire. My mind was elsewhere and I was thinking, have I got rid of all the ash? The answer is no. You can never get rid of all the ash. You can get rid of most of it, but there'll always be some. Let's hope that's enough kindling to get going, because I don't want to cut another batch. I'll have to, but I don't want to do it now. I want the fire now, I want to warm up, and then I can make some more kindling. Or maybe I'll go see my neighbour, see if he's still selling nets of kindling for £5. I haven't seen him in a few years. Hello neighbour whose name I never bothered to get a hold of. Can I buy a net of kindling, please? Here you go, that'll be £5. Thank you very much. See you again next year. Yep, see you. Oh, what a lot of heat. You see, mandarins, or clementines, or satsumas, take your pick what name you use, they are good for you, and they burn good too. Doesn't it smell nice when it burns? Yes, it does. If I close that now, is that little piece of wood there going to prevent me from doing so? No, that's working. Oh yeah, I moved that to there now. I've also got rid of a lot of the accessories. I saw a video on a cat lady who was hoarding, and there was so much rubbish she had to climb over it in order to get from one end of the room to the other. There's cat feces everywhere. I looked at that and I just thought to myself, you know what? I really should get rid of some of this junk. And some of the junk I've paid decent money for. Like a mechanical winch, which I used once 10 years ago and never used again. And at that point I decided, you know what? It's going in the bin. Let's not be like the cat lady that had 36 cats, 13 of which were dead, just covered in cat turds. Yep. I'm not like some people. Some people, they feel very uncomfortable if there's any junk around them. I personally, I'm quite happy with junk. I'm not showing it on my desk, but it's littered with penicillin and paracetamol. A gift a friend got me last year. My phone, my wallet, headphones. What else have I got on there? I've got some fire cement, which I definitely will use at some point in the future. I've got an Xbox controller for that one time of the year I play Microsoft Flight Simulator. Uh, a jar of salt, because you never know. A hairbrush. A desk tidy full of pens, which I hardly ever use. A crap mouse, which I could get rid of, but I'm not going to because I have, let's see, I've probably got 5 mice at the moment. Let's see, I've got the main one I use on my computer. I've got the wireless one where the scroll wheel is a bit fucky. I've got this crap one on my desk, so that's free. And then I've got the 4th one, so I have 4 mice at the moment. And I know if I get rid of one of them, the ones which remain are going to start working screwy Louie. So, especially last year, I got through a number of mice last year and it was annoying. And the bit that really annoyed me with that as well, the wireless mouse, which I quite enjoyed, scroll wheel decided to just go in random directions. And, well, you know, I've been using the scroll wheel since the late 90s, and it's just an essential part of of using a mouse. Point about this is, I don't mind junk, but at the same time, I'm getting to the point now where I'm asking myself, do I really need this junk? And in the case of mice, I'm going to argue that yes, I really need that junk because I've had mice die on me in prodigious numbers. But the other junk, do I really need it? No. This box of fiberglass I got there, do I really need it? No. The carbon monoxide alarm, do I really need it? Probably. Yes, I've endured carbon monoxide poisoning once before, and the solution was, well, the immediate solution was getting out of the room, breathing a bit, and then going into the room and opening all the windows and doors. And the next day, I swept the chimney, and oh yeah, the chimney was full. So, you know, could have been worse. I just felt dizzy and I got a headache, and I thought, well, this is strange. I haven't been drinking today. Why have I got a headache? Oh, speaking of drinking, I better have some water and some penicillin. But on the plus side, I finally seem to be getting over the uveitis. And, well, my mum seemed to be very keen on saying, oh, I've got tonsillitis, and the implication of, oh, you can get some surgery to get them removed. It's like, yeah, or maybe I can have a course of antibiotics and keep my tonsils because they are a vital part of my lymphatic system. And I know what happens when bits of the lymphatic system are removed. It doesn't help you. Apologies for the shaky camera, by the way. My legs are shaking. But hey, look, fire. Great, eh? Oh, I really ought to put that in the wash at some time. Yeah. It really sucks not having any energy. And then still you have to do things like, oh, I still have to bring coal in, I still have to chop kindling, still have to take the bins out, still have to do the washing up. But I've got no energy. Yeah, but if you don't do it, none of this stuff will happen, and then you'll be cold and even worse off. Oh, I guess I've got some energy then. But then you do it, and it's like, actually, no. What you've done now is you've gone into energy debt, and then you're going to be ill as a consequence. And, oh yeah, it's Well, that's part of the struggle of being alive, I guess. It would just be nice to have more energy. Some people, bags of energy. Others, hardly any. And you have to ask yourself, where's the disparity? Well, some people you can certainly say, oh, well, they've been poisoned, that's why. But it's not all a case of being poisoned. Some just the cards they were dealt with were not that good. Some cards dealt with really shit. Like if you're born with a mitochondrial disease, nothing you can do there except suffer for the few years you have on life. Same as children being born with leukemia. I have to ask, what's the point of that? Doesn't seem very fair, really. Hey ho. My New Year's resolution was to be more positive. And you see, I've got this theory that it's your thoughts and your deeds is what shape your reality. Your deeds come from your thoughts, so that again is part of your thoughts. And I'm saying even before you start to work something in reality with your hands or with your speech, before then, it's the actual thoughts themselves which are shaping reality. And I'm working on this theory with the idea that if I'm more positive in my attitude, then my reality will improve as a consequence thereof. So yes, I would like more energy, and therefore I'm going to have more energy. And I've got some experiments I can try to see if it will give me more energy. But in the meantime, what I really want is a glass of water, penicillin, and some heat. And if I just check my... yeah, I've got coal. Oh, well, that's good. Let's put a bit of coal in there then. That should do me until afternoon, and then I can bring some more coal in when I'm nice and refreshed. And then I can start thinking about lunch or breakfast. I've yet to eat today, and they say you should have penicillin on an empty stomach. But if I consume a glass, it will no longer be an empty stomach. I have not really been adhering to the what is it? The stipulation in it. It sounds like the most bizarre form of intermittent fasting, right? So, take this medicine when your stomach is empty. This means an hour before food, or 2 hours after food. Space the doses evenly throughout the day. Keep taking until the course is finished, unless you are told to stop. Warning, contains penicillin. Well, I should hope something that says phenoxymethylpenicillin, 250 milligrams. I would hope that contains penicillin. So it says 2 to be taken 4 times a day, which means 4 times a day, and you're spacing it out, what, every 4 hours? So in a 16-hour period, you should be taking the, so 4 hours a day. I didn't bother at the yesterday. I think I only took three doses. But you have an hour window to eat between doses. And what if you eat a big thing? Because I know for a fact that if I eat something big, it will still be in my stomach 2 or 3 hours later. In fact, there's even been times when I've woken up and I was like after a night's sleep and gone, oh, I've still got last night's meal in my belly. So, yeah, interesting. I think it's interesting. But yeah, it doesn't actually say to take it every 4. I suppose what you could do is you could take it every 3 hours and then You could have it for a 12-hour window, and then you could eat before or after your penicillin, or an hour afterwards. So after 13 hours, including 8 hours for sleep. So that means you'd be intermittently fasting for, I can do this, 12 plus 8 is 20, plus the 1 is 21. So for 21 hours a day you eat nothing, you have a 3-hour window to eat before you go to sleep, and then the next day you're doing your penicillin fast. Very unusual. I don't know. All that talk of fasting makes me want a beer. Anyway, I must carry on with my day, really. Thanks very much for watching, if you have been watching until now. And what's your New Year's resolution? Did you make a New Year's resolution, or did you sign up as a bunch of old cobblers? I personally just find it's a fun little challenge to be like, well, this year I'm going to do this thing differently. Just to break up with the monotony, really. Just say, oh, well, 2024 was different from 2023 because I did this thing differently, and etc. Anyway, got a nice fire lit, and that was only using bits of mandarin peel. Wish I had some more mandarins now. Maybe they're still selling them in the shop. Well, I mean, well, of course they all sell them, but they call them easy peelers, which, frankly, is not that appetising a name. I wish like I could have clementines. They're lovely. But what I like is when they come in those big cardboard boxes and you've got like 2 or 3 kilograms in one go. And that's a week's worth of fruit, that is. Love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, they are nice. God, I want one now. Toodle pip.